so we can maybe blame that incident on a haunting that we can put into next year's stories. Anyway, good evening. On behalf of the Speakers Book Award Selection Committee, I also want to pass along greetings to the distinguished guests in attendance tonight, and thank the members of the Provincial Parliament who have taken the time to be here. Congratulations again to the youth writers on our behalf. Speaker, on behalf of the committee, it's been an honor to be part of this award, and we thank you for your support that you've given to this program over the years. Thank you very much. As the Speaker mentioned, this year marks the final year our current group of selection committee panelists will be involved with the award. It's been, my colleagues here, it's been an absolute pleasure to belong to such a talented and dedicated group. I want to let each of my fellow panelists know just how grateful I am for the things that they have shared with me over the years, whether through reaching out with a caring call or email or a casual run-in at the grocery store, chit-chat. I didn't know that Nancy, by the way, also drives a Batmobile as her second car with her Toyotas in the shop. Interesting inside story there. Or the passionate conversations we've had when talking about all these great books. All these things combined have helped to make this such an enriching experience for me, thanks to all of you. It's been a pleasure getting to know each of you. And I sincerely hope that these bonds will last well beyond our time with the book award, and wish each of you very well. Of course, the other greatest pleasure for us as judges has been the opportunity to read your stories. The stories told by the dozens of authors we've read over the years about this beautiful, big, and diverse province of ours, both in its geography and its population. One of the goals of this program when it was launched, aside from promoting nonfiction writing in Ontario, was to generate more interest and the joy of reading. And that's certainly what this committee has experienced over the years. We've learned so much about our province thanks to all the wonderful works that we've read. If we could offer any words of advice based on our experience, it would be to read about Ontario. Get to know more about the place where you live through reading about the people, places, and circumstances that surround you. The sampling of books shared with the Speakers Book Award are stories that can help you connect with it, with Ontario. These are stories that bridge time between present and past and bring the north and south and east and west of our vast province closer together. Thank you again to all the authors whose stories we've read and enjoyed, and to the publishers for bringing them to us. May the tales about our province, told by our many talented writers, continue to add to Ontario's storytelling fabric for years to come. Time for some presentations, and I'm pleased to start off this evening's presentation with Resilient, Surviving My Mental Illness, written by Liz Grace, published by Sisters Ignited Media, Publishing Incorporated 2023. In her preface, author Liz Grace states that I poured my heart, my soul, and my life experiences into this book. And after beginning to read it, you know she was stating the truth. Resilient is a book about mental illness unlike any other I've read. You feel like you're living it. It's full of shocking first-hand accounts of severe treatments at the hands of institutional workers in hospitals and facilities where she was admitted, to the inner workings of the author's thoughts as she veered from one crisis episode to another over a variety of periods of her life, from the highest of highs to the lowest of lows, to the emergence of hope in her adult years as she begins to learn more about her conditions and causes of her state of mind that lead her toward a more positive future. I found Resilient to be an incredible page-turner that I could barely put down. To ensure accuracy in the content of her book, the author went through the emotional and financial burden of obtaining her chart notes from every one of her hospitalizations over an 18-year period, rereading them to remind her of her own inner distress and hurdles, while at the same time being reminded of the family, friends, and professionals and staff she encountered who helped her to rebuild herself over time. Describing her book, the author states it best when she says, "This is a book for families and workers who are trying to understand mental illness. It is for people living with mental illness to know you are not alone." Ultimately, this is not a book about despair. It is a book about hope, and one that made me feel better just for having experienced it. So thank you, Liz Grace. Congratulations. and to Sisters Ignited Media. Please come up and bring Meta, your companion, with oh, she has her name. Look at that. Come on up.
The dog stood perfect.